diary. I am so sick of Causeway Bay. Every time I go to a Macca's, I see the fucking ops. I ate all the restaurants in Times Square, Hysan, and Windsor House. All the Starbucks are packed. There's nowhere to work. And when I finally found a restaurant, what is there to do anymore? I am so done with Donkey. I can't fathom to hear that bloody song again. It's the academic pool season. I can't just go to fuck off in the escape room for a couple of hours. I could probably do karaoke, but what if I'm not feeling like that today? I'm an unemployed university student, but I'm still a child. So what am I meant to do in one of the city's most popular shopping districts? I can't just fuck off to Gucci and Louis Vuitton to buy clothes. Like, what am I? Even if I could buy those clothes, it's not my style. I've been to all the Hello Milk teas, all the Hollister, all the Focus, and I just cannot find my style. Like, where do I go to find my 小红书 baddie aesthetics? Windsor House is so boring now. I bought every unnecessary thing that I needed. And even when that's done, what do I have to do now? My friends are late. Do I just wait somewhere? I'm not hungry right now and I can't just sit at a restaurant and loiter. I can't just sit at a restaurant and now thinking of it, there's barely anywhere to sit in the malls. All the benches are taken up by people already. I'm watching my ops walk by after their Macca's meal and now I look like a loner loser just standing here. My phone battery is on 35% and that's enough to keep me alive, but not enough to doom scroll while I wait for my friends. Fuck, I explored all the shops in the big malls and the little malls too. There's actually nowhere to go. I can't stop seeing my teachers in Causeway Bay. Leave me alone. I don't want to loiter at the Hysan Apple Store or Hollister. I've done that too many times. Way too many times. It's enough. For most of us, this is the only option, but for some of you guys, your parents or your friends have club memberships where you can just go fuck off at a club for a little bit, get some drinks, sit for a bit without worrying having to leave, and oh, my friends texted back. And now I have to walk from Hong Kong Football Club to the IKEA. Ugh. 辛苦晒我啊. Love, a Hong Kong girlie who has experienced this too many times. Don't worry, I'm here to help. Here's just things to do around Hong Kong with or without your friends that are not tourist attractions but are fresh and fun. But what if you have to be in Causeway Bay? Oh my god, I can't just leave right now. I got tutoring. I gotta fuck off to NTK in 3 hours. I got you. I'm going to be talking about those things first. Also, if you're a high school student, please stick around to the end. I got some advice to give. Number 1, Fortress Hill. It's generally a really old area, but hey, there's a Macca's and there's no ops. Yay! There's that one thrift store that you can check out, and there's a harbor with the AstroTurf where you can sit with your friends, and and there's also some pretty good food there. I say there's a lot of cute cafes that you can check out. It's really not too far from Causeway Bay either. There's also an art museum there which you can check out and bring, a guy or a girl there. Not to be too sus, but you could be oh, let's check out this, cool place over here at Oil Street. And then surprise, surprise, it's a short and unexpected museum day. But don't abuse this idea though. Respect others no matter how down bad you are, guys.
1738, I'm hey, what's up? Since your pretty eyes, soon as you came in the door,
Next up, right next to that, in between Causeway Bay and Fortress Hill is Tin Hau. I'm not talking about Vicky Park, guys. I'm talking about the back streets. I'm talking about where the dessert shops are. There are so many delicious fucking dessert parlors there where you can just chill with and eat some desserts after school, like tong soi. And I love this strawberry syrup icy soup. I don't know how to say it. I'll definitely find a photo of it though. And also there's this mini food court where you can buy mango mochi, and I thought that you can only get those in Changzhou, but I guess you can get some here too. Not much to do, but really, really good food. The truth is that I do go out to Kowloon and New Territories. It's just that I grew up on Hong Kong Island, so therefore the recommendations and my opinions are better off on Hong Kong Island. Okay, next is Central. Central is pretty cool too. I won't say that like the IOC side, but I'm more saying about like the Lanks side. If you go up the mountains near mid-levels, there are some cool shops like PMQ is really good, and also Daegun is also like really good. I feel like it's a great photo op to visit. These are very well-known places, I feel like, of course, but nobody really thinks about going there after school. So you should go there after school because not only is it a cool place, but you can also check out the cute cafes there too. And like it's very difficult to travel, I understand, because like it's so hilly and it's so far from Causeway Bay, oh my god. But these cute cafes, you can just sit there for like hours and hours and hours on end with a matcha in your hand and ooh. But I feel like these cafes are really cool too. They're a bit pricey though, of course, but the change of environment and you just working with the corporate employees and the OLOs lady will definitely get you in the mood. And you can finally finish your chemistry week 3 content at week 30. I'm going to discuss places that are further from Hong Kong Island. And you probably won't do this after school, but you can do this on the weekends and Friday afternoons with your friends or yourself. And it's not Causeway Bay. It's not Causeway Bay, and you won't see the ops. First of all, Kai Tak. Kai Tak has lovely food options, and I feel like the environment is really great too. It's giving Shenzhen, but I don't see it as a bad thing, to be honest. Yeah, it's giving Shenzhen, but you can stay on the NCR line and your mom's not worried about you leaving too far. They have all kinds of shit there. I know there's the Sonic, Joy, Polis, arcade type thing. And you can ride a jockey sim. You can ride a jockey sim. There's a ball pit, I feel like, and there's Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh my gosh, and Shadow the Hedgehog. And then there's an entire sports mall inside, and like inside there's one of the coolest bowling alleys I've ever seen. And there's also going to be a rock climbing experience soon, I think. And there's a lot of cool stuff that you can check out there too. Airside Mall is also really cool too. I would say that it's like less shopping, but they have a lot of really cool exhibitions and experiences. I think the last time I went, there was like the Gao Long Sing Joy one. That one's really cool. And there's like the new Sogo there. And oh my gosh, last time I like just went because like no reason, just decided to go. And there was the one there was a One Piece exhibition, guys. And then under that, next to that actually, is a Yaosabi exhibition. I mean, yeah, I remember going to the One Piece exhibition. I didn't go in, but I went around the merch store and it was really, really cute. And then I went again, like later, and then there's a Cinnamoroll exhibition. I love. And I love Cinnamoroll. This place never ceases to not surprise me. I love Cinnamoroll. It's top tier Sanrio character. This place is worth checking out. I feel like if you're feeling a bit spontaneous, it's pretty cool. Next is Mongkok. I feel like everybody knows about Mongkok, but you people that stay in Hong Kong Island don't go there because you guys are stuck in Causeway Bay. We got the goated strip mall, Argyle Center, where you can buy cheap clothes and cheap nails for like not a terrible price. And they have basically all the styles there. And then next to that is not a strip mall, but you can still buy a lot of cute stuff there. And I feel like you can also buy like a lot of cute like Japanese trinkets there too. And there's toy shops there too. I know there's like an anime store. There's 2 anime stores from when I remember. And I would say this place is like really worth going on the weekends with your friends, especially if you're like somebody that's young. And then of course, how can I forget Langham Place? Langham Place is a really, really fun mall, and I would say it's better than Haisan and better than Times Square. They got food, they got your typical stores, and they got my favorite trinket store of all time. I put one foot forward, I put another foot forward, and then I'm at this trinket store. Because it's not too expensive either, but they just got these little toys that I just like to play with. Apart from that, Mongkok just has a lot to see. I feel like you really have to just go through all the strip malls. You can find some gems. You can really find some diamonds in the rough. Go Park Saisha is a relatively new park. It's really far. I have not been because right now I'm in New York. But this place seems really cool and really fun. They've got the cutest looking playgrounds I've ever seen. And not so ugly architecture. You can come here with your mates when they play sports on the weekends, on Sundays. And they've also got like tennis courts, soccer fields, and I'm sure there's a lot more. Anywho, it's a good place to go to if you're somebody athletic and wants to, move about. I'm gonna fire 2 of these. There's this X-Water Reserve that you can check out in Shamshui-po. It's a pretty underground place, but I could see a lot of like local tourists going there nowadays. And this is a bit of a stretch, but Shamshui-po in general, it's generally like a bit chaotic and it's considered dirty. But I think you can still find some gems there, and it's a pretty cool place that you can look around with. There's a lot of markets and a lot of stores. And like I remember I used to go there to Wonggolgai? Yeah, I think so. I don't remember. Okay, I put on more lip gloss, but this is a great opportunity to check out my fit. I got my makeup done. Looking great. I got my hair done. Got some curls, and then I got my fit. So I got this top online, and I got some jeans. I hope you guys don't look at my dogs, but I'll just, yeah. I think this is really good. I really like this outfit. This is not normally my style too. Sometimes I wear like business attire on like a normal day because I feel like it, but this is something that I'm like trying to step out of my comfort zone to do. So the reason I started making this video is because of what usually happens when you've been to Causeway Bay too many times, like I did, which is you Google everything, like what is there to do, like what is there to do in Hong Kong that's underrated, like where do I go that's not Causeway Bay. And every time I go, it either gives me this lame-ass tourist attraction that either takes a lot of planning and a lot of money, or it's just not really for the younger generation. Therefore, I would say like my advice is just to go explore. This video only covers like a small part of what can you do in Hong Kong, but I'm sure there's like a ton more, but you just have to look at it for yourself. Causeway Bay will always be great, but it's not every day that you can explore somewhere outside, like with your friends, and you're not going to be able to do this when you grow up. You won't have time to do these things. You won't be interested in these things. And listen up, my other advice is if you're still in high school, don't be a normie and just stay in Causeway Bay. After school all the time. Don't just go there every day after school. And yes, you have work. Yes, you have school, but just imagine that, one day, like after school, you just decide to hit up somewhere extraordinary, and which is not part of your daily routine and not Causeway Bay. Doesn't that sound great? If you know you're going to miss high school and you're very, very afraid of missing your youth in the future, do listen up. When I was in high school, I had some of these days where I was so busy and so crammed from work and studying. I had uni apps too, so I feel like my entire life was on the line. But on a random Wednesday, I decided to fuck off to Repulse Bay until 10 p.m. at night. And it felt so spontaneous, but it's a certain joy that I feel like you only get to experience when you're young. It was not hard to do too. Repulse Bay was just a mini bus away from Causeway Bay and a big bus back to Central. I also remember doing work on the beach there. I still had shit to do, but the drastic change of environment made my studying feel cinematic. There was also a day where I just fucked off to Science Museum. I was inspired to do these things because I know that high school students in Japan would go to Tokyo Disneyland after school, and unfortunately that is not the culture of Hong Kong. People go home and study, go to Causeway Bay, go to public library, and it's a hustle and bustle. Anywho, I feel like my life felt more romanticized because I made these rash decisions to go out on a school night as if it's a weekend without my parents' knowledge too, and I take this as a good thing. I really treasured having these random spontaneous days because it felt mischievous because I should be at home studying, but so thrilling because amongst the school stress, the expectations, and the fact that I have to go to school tomorrow, it's at these spontaneous moments where I felt so alive and a real teenager finding who I am. I feel like doing things you're not allowed to do when you're a teenager is really interesting because you want to rebel, you want to fuck off and do random shit. And I say do it. Do it with caution, but do it. Because after high school, nobody is gonna tell you to stop, which is less fun. And you do deserve a day off. You're not being lazy. Trust me, you guys are not being lazy. In fact, the life you're living right now is not normal. People say that like the stress that high schoolers experience nowadays is equivalent to a depressed person in the Victorian era. I think your grades will not change because of one day of not studying. Believe me, studying, past papers, and working, these are like long-term processes. Of course, if you're behind, you should probably catch up. I think taking a day off is extremely worth it, especially how much anxiety goes on to students. One day would really not affect your grades, trust me. So give yourself that day to simply be, to simply remember to exist. At the end of the day, you still have responsibilities. Remember to live your life like it's a movie every once in a while, or a high school cheesy anime. Because those very few days that you do live a little, they will become unregrettable core memories of your teenage years. And guess what? While you're having the time of your life, experiencing these new opportunities, your ops are stuck in Causeway Bay in the same comfortable world where they refuse to go anywhere further from Causeway Bay. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!